Tucked away in the Shenandoah Valley, Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to James Madison, father of the Constitution and mother of some of the most electric crowds in all of college football when they come out to support the Dukes. Today, a couple of Sun Belt rivals ready to square off. As we'll see, the Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the James Madison Dukes. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Dukes will boot it away to start the game. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Marshall's offense will start this game off. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take it the distance on any given play.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the... And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. If one of their goals was to get off to a great start, that goal was not met. Third and long. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Marshall will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Dukes offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And the Dukes want to move quickly.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
They'll run the option. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Touchdown, Dukes! And they jump on top.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. And I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He leaves it with his back. At the 40, there he goes. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
wants to throw. It falls incomplete, and man, did they think they had that one set up, and it didn't quite work. This feels like 4 down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Throws for the tight end. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, James Madison. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you...
He's going to let it go. And that will fall incomplete, and we have played 1. Boy, they tried to end the first quarter on a high note to no avail. Second quarter's coming. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Wants to throw. It's Pennington. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. From the gun, the ground game. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He caught it down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown!
Mano-a-mano, the offensive line gets it done, driving the defense back, creating an easy lane for that running back.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. The give to the tailback. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Dukes are in the hurry up.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quick strike complete. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw, it's Douglas. Fires into traffic, picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurd.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UMass managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. Don't blame the weather there in Amherst this week. These Minutemen are to blame for this one being so close. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Wants to throw on second down. Trying to get to him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Handoff from the gun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Dukes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looking for a block. It's Chapman. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've had yourselves a great broadcast so far today in Harrisonburg. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown.
James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Dukes racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try the run. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Douglas. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Dukes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes a connection. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Buys a little time. Fires downfield. It's complete. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. They get him down, but not before he picks up 6 to the 7-yard line. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Movement here from the tight end. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Just drives it between the uprights. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. 14. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line. And the Dukes moving quickly to the line. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Gives it to the back on the draw. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Back to throw, it's Pennington. Looking to the big tight end. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying the
quarterback, feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback checking off. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
I love the aggressive nature by the offense trying to throw this in the end zone for a TD, but this is the risk when you drop your quarterback back close to the goal line.
On 3rd and forever, let's test his arm strength. Firing to the right, complete. Bounced off his feet.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. Looking for a man. It's Douglas. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And down he goes back at the 3. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
And, man, that stings because this offense needed every single possession they had left. Now down by 2 possessions, and you're kicking the football off. That was a play that kind of just ended this one. This offense had to put points up, and instead they give up the big safety.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Out of the gun to give to the back. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Might as well give it to him again. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
28, James Madison, 14.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Complete to the right. At the 45 on its way. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stops for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. To the air. It's Douglas. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. He wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Rolls it in. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Roberts. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling the close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.